Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Jeannie.
Can I smile?
Yep.
Okay. Big smile.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is a video. This is where you would actually say happy birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday to my little darling wife. Love you and thank you and happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeanne. Happy birthday to you and 80 more.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you.
Hi. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Jeannie. Happy birthday, sweet cousin. How did you get so old? We wish you Merry Christmas and happy birthday from our family to yours. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And Jeannie. Happy birthday, Jeannie.
Happy birthday. Ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeanne Ann.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you.
Hi, Grandma. Happy birthday. It's Barrett. I just want to wish you a happy day and hope you have a great birthday.
Hi, Grandma. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Grandma Jeannie.
Happy birthday.
Stephanie's boyfriend. Happy birthday, Grandma Jeannie.
I just wanted to let you know happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Barrett's grandma. Hope you have a good one.
Hi, Grandma. It's Stephanie. Happy birthday. Surprise.
Hey, Jeanne Ann. Happy 80th birthday. Woohoo! 80. That's a great number to have. 80. Let's see. That's a non-prime number.
Happy birthday, Aunt Jeanne.
Happy birthday, Aunt Jeanne. We're sorry we can't be there, but we're there in spirit. But we hope you have the best and many, many more to come.
We're always thinking about you guys. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Happy
Merry
birthday.
Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Birthday! This is Kit, and I want to wish you a very happy 80th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Grandma, I just want to wish you a happy 80th birthday and I love you.
Happy birthday, Jeannie. We love you. 80 years old. Wow. You've done good.
Happy birthday, Mom. Happy 80th.
And thank you for all of your love and all of your fun times. We appreciate it.
I know how much Grandma loves me because she would make my favorite, like, it was the brownie thing, the caramel brownie thing with the 2 layers of the cake with the caramel in the middle, and she made it for me all the time, even if nobody else wanted it. She's like, oh, I know this is Brianna's favorite, and she would make it for me, and then for my 16th birthday, she made it for me and brought it and gave me the recipe on a little card, a little handwritten card with her handwriting on it, and that's how I know that Grandma loves me. No comment.
So, Doug, tell me what it was like trying to get through school, because I hear you had a few challenges, because I know you used to get detention and sometimes you didn't stay in school all day.
From time to time, I did miss a few. I chose hunting and fishing, but it's not all my fault because sometimes Mom would take me and buy my fishing licenses and all that.
One of the things I admired about Jeannie was that she could do anything. She could back up trailers, she could drive, she wasn't afraid of anything, and I really admired that as I got to know her.
So one of my favorite memories of Jeannie is actually the first time I met her. I had been dating Caitlin for about 3 months, and we were invited on the cruise. And upon arriving at Jeannie's house, she ran outside and gave me a giant bear hug and would not let go for all of the family pictures we were taking on the way to the cruise. I had no idea who she was, but it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for the memories. And one of the earliest ones I have is of us as a family, and I think it's probably Christmas, maybe opening presents around Christmas. And I'm thinking maybe one of the earlier ones I remember, I'm sure there's more, but Christmas in Redlands and finding a saddle under the Christmas tree and saying, "Hey, Santa Claus left a saddle, but he forgot the horse." So that was awesome. An awesome Christmas and an awesome memory, because of course we found the horse later. He was outside, and so that was fun for us.
What's one of the earliest childhood memories that you have involving your grandmother?
I remember one time Grandma came and picked us up from school, and I remember it because she usually didn't pick us up, but we went over to her house and hung out for a little bit, and I didn't know where my parents were, and I found out later they came home, and that's when they bought the truck. So I found out Grandma was going to watch us for the afternoon while my parents were bringing home the new car.
You know, I don't have any really particular stories that I can always pinpoint my finger on, Mom, but I know that I've been in trouble a lot in my days, and I could always count on you to come bail me out and protect me from any major damages. So I just want to say happy birthday and I love you.
It was the first time I'd met you guys, and for some reason you and Steve ended up partners, and it was me and Kit against you guys, and you completely whooped my butt, but that's okay.
Tell me about living in a house full with 6 boys.
We always wore underwear. It was mostly Dad that wore his underwear. But that's nothing unusual to wear underwear, so what's so specially about it?
So my favorite memories of you all involve Christmas, because we would always come to your house and have a big Christmas and everyone would be there. You always made it special. We had cookies set out for Santa, and the next morning they'd be nibbled on, and we put out reindeer food. So those are some of my best memories of childhood, is coming to Palm Desert and getting together with all you guys. And you always made me feel special, of course, spending time with me and playing games. And you were always sweet and loving and always had something special to entertain me with. So those are some great memories I have, and it was good.
Okay, one of my favorite memories with you is when, I don't know if you remember this, but it was a long time ago when Caitlin and I were really little. We really wanted to buy this really fancy, cool, like baby doll sleeping bag bed thing, and but we couldn't. It was really expensive, so you decided that you were going to make it for us with us, and that was really cool because we actually made it with you, and we got to choose the fabric and the pattern, and you know, it was really awesome, and that made me feel really loved. And that's something else that you do a lot. You help me, or you make everyone feel loved that enters your home. Still are always happy to see us, always happy to know what's going on, and you like to be a part of our lives, and that makes me feel loved. Love you.
Going to Living Desert with Grandma was kind of like a weekly thing almost. We went there all the time and saw all the animals and all.
When you asked him one time about getting Grandpa's credit card.
Yeah, I did. So I went into this toy shop, and me and Grandma were in there, and I run outside on the top of my lungs. I scream, "Grandpa, I need your credit card!"
And that kind of surprised him a bit.
Yep, and
Yeah.
he didn't give it to me. I didn't get it.
Always fun every morning to get up for school and get ready, and she would either have packed our lunches or even more typically put several little piles of quarters out on the counter so each kid could grab their own little pile of quarters to buy their school lunch. So that was very nice, and that started, of course, picking up a pile of quarters every single morning for my lunch.
I remember when Grandma had the old Dodge van, and me and Chris were sitting in it waiting for Mom and Dad to come pick us up, and Chris jumped in that driver's seat, and Chris yanked on the shifter, and it actually popped out of gear, rolled down the hill, and I was sitting on the edge of the slider door, and Grandma about tan Chris's hide made him sit in the corner until Mom and Dad got home. So that was a pretty funny one. Or when Chris broke his arm when he fell, I remember that too. A lot of good memories at the house.
One of my most vivid early memories was me and Bradley were sitting in Grandpa's chair in the corner of the living room, and we were playing a game to see how far up we could drop grapes into each other's mouth, and so Bradley was kind of laying down at an angle, and I'd start really close to his mouth, and I'd drop in the grape, and I made it. I'm like, okay, so let's try a little bit higher. Okay, all right, when we dropped down the grape, and we got up really, really high, and it shot down like a bullet straight into Brad's throat, and he starts choking, and we were completely alone in the entire house, it felt like. But then all of a sudden, Grandma comes running in from out of nowhere, and she like whacks Brad on the back, and he throws up this grape that he was choking on, and we're like, superhero Grandma. Like, she was not even, I don't even know where she was, but she came out when she heard, it was her little sixth sense, oh, uh-oh, trouble, and ran in and saved the day. I was like, I don't know how old we were, probably like maybe 5 or 6. We were pretty young. But that's one of my first, like, most vivid memories of Grandma coming in and saving the day.
I'd say probably one of my earliest memories, I don't even know how old I was, would be sitting at her dining room table, and she was fixing probably 6 or 8 of us grandkids food, lunch, probably macaroni and cheese or something like that. And it was a day when all the cousins were over and we were all playing together at Grandma's house.
Okay, wait!
That'd be a great selfie. Okay.
Bon voyage!
My first memory of her is a few days ago when she said, "There's an open seat over there, you should sit down."
One thing I remember about Grandma is whenever we went over to her house, she didn't let us take off our shoes, and I didn't listen to her one time, and I got a thorn stuck in my foot, and so should have listened to her.
We used to have the river. I had my little camping system. My neighbors would camp with me at the river and the rope swing. We had motorcycles. We lived on a dirt road. We skied behind the Volkswagen on the no school days, and tractors and towing behind the toboggan kind of a thing, and fishing, and plus the pigs. It was fun, and I was the chicken rancher. Yes, I was a hunter and a trapper back then. Groundhogs, we got groundhogs. Dad would give us a bounty on the groundhogs. He'd give us $5 if we could get a groundhog and bring it home. We'd shoot him from the tractors. I guess it's legal. I don't know.
It was fun. Is when you were very young and you had your hips operated on, and you finally like came home in time for Christmas. Exciting for all of us. It was like little Timmy coming home.
Actually, it was Uncle Ken picked me up at LA Orthopedic Hospital. I came home with crutches.
Yeah.
First time.
Yep. It was awesome. So food's number 1.
Food's up there. Not necessarily number 1. She always makes sure she had activities and the fun games and everything that everyone liked. She not only tried to make sure that she spent time with everyone as a whole, but she also did stuff with us individually. She had me visit her just by myself. We always played cards and games and Mexican train dominoes. She would try to make it out for my birthday every year to see me on my birthday, and really she made it to all of my graduations and made a point to be there for those big and special times in our lives.
I remember going over to her house after school, and all the cousins would be there, and she would be babysitting, and we would go over there and get to hang out with her and the rest of the family.
I'm Allison Elizabeth Poe, and I'm here to say a few things that I love about my great-grandma Poe. One of my favorite memories was being able to come to her house, and she would have a lot of games, a lot of food, and I'd be able to see a lot of my cousins.
The thing I think about when I think about my mother is somebody that is loving and kind and has always thought about her kids above almost everything else. But it's just been an awesome adventure.
Happy birthday, Jeannie!
So, Brad, did you ever get in any trouble when you were younger?
I don't remember getting in trouble over at Grandma's house. I did get in trouble at home more, but I never got in trouble. But I always seemed that trouble was around me. I always was around Chris when Chris cut his hair, or Chris cut the holes in his shirt, or Chris made the car roll down the driveway. I was always next to him, but I never actually was the one that was in trouble there.
So it's always the younger brother's fault.
And always,
That's my story.
Exactly.
Thanks for all the times I dug the same hole in the backyard and cleaning me up so my mom didn't get mad at me.
For a long time, he thought his name was Bryce Poe. And so Donna and I would always wonder when we would pick him up, he always smelled so fresh and clean. And come to find out years later that Jeannie would wash his clothes almost every day. And then she showed us pictures of how filthy he actually was when she was taking care of him. So that's a great memory for our family, is how much Bryce was treated like your own grandson.
When she took care of Bryce when he was little, I would come to pick him up every day. He would be spotless, clean, and smell clean. And then at the end of his time being babysat by her, she gave me all these pictures, and there were pictures of him digging, and he was just filthy dirty. And what she would do is she would put him down to bed, and then she would wash all his clothes. And I never knew that he was like eating dirt. And that's probably why he's so healthy today.
Did hear a few stories about her car coming home possibly with different tires on each side of it one night. I'm pretty sure she knew a lot more than she let on to know, but Grandpa probably didn't know.
There's a lot of times where she's come through for all of us, of course, and all that, but there's a few things that kind of stood out for me. Some of my first recollections are out of Jordan Lake back in Michigan, I think I was 4 years old or 5 the first time we went back there. She said, well, won't you want to get some bait or something to use? And I go, oh, wow, Grandma, I've got my pocket full of worms. I had a whole pocket full of worms, and I was ready to go, and I've loved fishing ever since, I believe. I remember Grandpa, even though he took his liberties at Yahtzee, I guess we should say, he was always very organized, and he was always really, really, go-getter, liked to do it, have fun and all that.
Happy birthday, Grandma Jeannie, from Molly.
In particular, I remember Grandpa really took great liberties in getting a sundae. I'm still in this to this day. I think he had 5 scoops of ice cream and all the toppings and everything, and we all got ice cream cones, I think, so that was pretty cool. But, remember Thanksgivings, life in the farm in Rowan in Indiana, and a car puller to pick me up, which was great, except that it turned out to be Uncle Connie. So it took about 2 months for her to get back through the family tree that I had been hitchhiking out in the middle of Riverside and not really told anybody about it, but have, stories to tell. And the bottom line is Mom's always been there for us. We've going to Big Bear and having great times with that. And I want you to know I do love you, Mom, and I will always love you. Thank you.
Thank you for 59 wonderful years. I love you and thank you so much, and for having such wonderful children. So love you and happy birthday, and see ya.